And
Oh my god, I did some coke in the desert. Oh god. Oh.
I've
Hi,
never
everybody.
done,
Welcome to.
Yeah, what a time to go live.
never done
I thought that Lauren, because Lauren said I mixed Coke and coffee tonight, and I was like, how genuinely gross. Let's go live and talk about that. Then other things were said. Now, I gave the warning that I give, but in any case.
Yeah, you definitely gave the warning.
Sorry, you give warning?
I give the warning that we're pre-live. I said that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the only warning you get on a Monday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Formation Nation. My name is Philip.
And it's a Monday.
I'm the publisher. It's Wednesday. But
know, yeah.
Monday rules apply on Wednesday now, is the new rule.
Oh, God.
It's Monday rules, Wednesday rules. And
I'm
Dan,
glad I was talking about something I have not done.
And Dan, I hope that you enjoyed that was it Coke Zero, or was it the new AI created Coke? Was that what you tried in the
Coke
desert?
Zero, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, AI made Coke?
Have you heard about I am ready for headlines to never again mention how a new Coke was designed using AI, one of their limited time flavors.
Oh my god. No, I was the only Our World news that got to me when I was in the desert was the passing of our lovely senator from California.
There you go. That was news that made it to the desert. She certainly is someone who
News that made it.
Really
Served for a while.
Very long career and did a lot
who was in her job for a while.
Well, she also did some incredible things over the course of that time. There's a tendency to only focus on latter years when things are sort of stuff, and to not forget the numerous attempts on her life, like when she was like supporting Harvey Milk, when that was like a death, anyway.
That's true.
There's we need to remember these things sometimes. Anyway, well, we have gotten off to our most normal and chill start we ever have.
And that's the energy that you were missing while I was gone.
We are so glad to have Dan back here on our channels. And I think Dan, there's plenty of games here we'll be seeing Dan in, both on all the Wednesday games. Dan and KJ are our sort of like, there are every Wednesday players.
Our Wednesday linchpins. and
Aww, linchpin buddies.
there. Oh, okay, there we go. There you go. If you, yeah. I know that in some ways this is very complicated because you have 3 different characters you play across those each month, but in other ways it's really cool. And I have to say, all the characters are really fun. So we as viewers and game masters appreciate all the cool different people you bring to this. Lauren, it's nice to see you one Wednesday a month, and that seems like it's
You're
great.
welcome for blessing you with my presence.
It's great, and also
I don't even show up on my own channel, so you should be thankful.
that's a fair point. But then also you are just here in time for the Halloween season, because
it's spooky season.
One week from Friday.
I'm
Friday
so
the
ready.
13th. And this is something you probably do not know, because this is an announcement that's been made. But I will mention this both for viewers. So, whatever our game is, it is on Friday the 13th. It is a multiple of 13 game, and it's Friday the 13th, which means all the stars are aligning. I get so many evil things I get to do. Also, I have a Dreadstorm pocketed. I can trigger a Dreadstorm whenever I want to in that game.
Yeah.
The clock's currently only at 2, so, you might be seeing that. But, as I was explaining to them, because of a lot of moving pieces and a lot of things going on, that game will determine what the special Halloween event is. I don't know that it's a Week of Blood this year. I don't know what it is. It might be a one-shot thing. There's a lot of possibilities of what we'll be doing as our Halloween extravaganza this year, and it will be determined on October 13th. And I love that kind of up-in-the-air nature. I also love the movie Up in the Air, starring
It's so
George
good.
Clooney.
And Vera Farmiga?
I feel
Anna
bad
Kendrick?
because I feel bad. Oh, damn it. You have genuine enthusiasm. My joke was going to be like, and I also love the movie Up in the Air. And then I was going to be like, actually, it's fine. But
It's
Dan
not as good as
ruins.
The Terminal with Tom Hanks and Catherine Zeta-Jones, but
Wait.
Wait, as good as what?
That is
The
not a
Terminal.
good. The Terminal
my
is
God.
not a good movie.
it's so
Shit.
good. I
I
love
was
The
gonna
Terminal
know.
so much.
Oh, it's garbage.
My movie that I like that nobody else does, but there's a reason. Hear me out, everyone. Failure
No
to
one
launch.
interrupted you until
Never seen it.
I've talked to you about how much I love Failure to Launch constantly.
No, I know, I was
Failure to
talking to
Launch
chat.
is a very good movie. It has numerous hilarious moments in it. It also is shot by Claudio Miranda.
Exactly.
It looks
yes.
way better than it should.
That's my whole thing. It's one of the, like it's the best shot
But
romantic
things that look way
comedy
better than
ever.
they should? Is that your whole thing?
What?
Things that look way better than they should. That's your whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but that was just a fun
Either,
joke to
just-
make.
it's a bummer.
Like me. I'm too old to look like this.
What, Lauren? You're only 23.
It's true.
Jesus Christ.
Nobody questioned that.
How are you, KJ? How are you doing tonight? Would you like to change the energy on display right now? It is the ball is in your court if you'd like to.
Okay, well, since you've passed the baton, my birthday's on Friday.
Happy birthday early.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's great. Also, I have an added 100 cool points to my file because I got a second piercing on
Ooh.
just like
Nice.
because I fucking felt like it last Thursday, and I
I
did that. I'm cool now.
I will mention
Oh,
about
awesome.
that piercing. That KJ was texting me about getting that piercing in a way where I actually used the phrase because she's like I think I'm gonna do it. She's like, oh, I could go today after work, and I said to her, I said, is this like bangs?
That's fair.
But she went and was happy.
KJ, is it like bangs, and do we need to have an intervention live on?
So when he said that, I legitimately I was like, oh shit, maybe we should do a check-in. So he asked me like a series of questions on like my mental state, and I basically was like, no, it is not like bangs. It's fine. I'm just cool now.
Very
Yeah,
good.
the thing is, a second piercing is like it's something that I think always looks cool and is a good choice if done by a professional piercer. It's always fine.
And not your
Bangs,
friend
Oh, I
with a
just
safety
it
pin?
was like my neighbor with a needle and an apple.
or that, you know.
I'm fucking
But-
with you. No, I went to a place like that's licensed and
Yeah,
everything.
No, I
Claire.
believe you. But bangs will fuck up your life for 2 months. Whereas you will always be cool with the second piercing. So
the
I
thing
support
about-
it. Get a third. Get a coccular. Wait,
What?
A
is that what
cock?
they're called?
Get a
I think
coccular
it's between me and my
piercing?
husband, Lauren. I don't
A
really think
cochlear?
that's up to you.
Lauren wants us
I
to get
didn't
a
ask for your opinion,
coccular piercing?
but
Cock-
thank you, I guess.
Hold on.
Coke is it?
Cochlear, Lauren, is the word you're looking for.
Just
Can we
get
play
a
this?
coccular piercing. For the ladies in your life, if you're really a man, you'll get a coccular piercing.
You guys, I've literally only ever seen the word. Never
It's part of my
heard
Sigma
Albert.
male mindset. It's a cochlear piercing.
Coming from the
Oh,
Sigma
God,
past.
it's like when you read a book with like
Yeah.
fantasy words and you just make up how they sound. That
I used to
Cochlear
used to
isn't
say
a fantasy
hyperbole instead of
word. I
hyperbole.
just want to be clear. It's a
Co-
real word.
Mm.
Co- cochlear.
Cochlear.
The
Cochlear.
shell.
What's fascinating is that cochlear has the same ending as nuclear, and she's
I know, I'm
doing
being
what
George-
people do to nuclear and calling it
She's going
nuclear.
full George W. on
She's
it.
like, she's putting the full on. That's so fascinating.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
Is the whole nuclear thing, is that like something that like was popularized by dyslexics and then it like caught on?
I don't know. We should research this.
That felt like an attack. The way you said it.
It wasn't. I'm genuinely curious.
Also, no, and I'm not saying this to be political at all, but I think saying it nuclear became popularized by George Bush.
No,
Like-
he said
No,
nuclear.
he said nuclear.
Nuclear. Oh, nuclear. Oh, wait.
The
Nuclear
word is
correct.
nuclear because that's how it's
I say
spelled and
nuclear.
pronounced.
That's
but
one
he
word
said
that I
nuclear.
Well, that pronounced.
Wait.
I was listening to a lot of Blowback season 4 recently, which is about Afghanistan, and so I got to hear a lot of George W. Bush talking.
I got a
Recommend
nuclear,
the podcast.
a nuclear option. All right.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
On Monday, I had my Lego cigarette, and that's a Lego game. Oh yeah, by the way, Dan, the big reveal of the Monday game is that they're actually Legos.
Nice.
There's a new game on Monday. It's called Theme Party. They're the original Lego themes. It's delightful. In any case, I had this, and Millie yelled at me, and she was like, "Stop putting that in your mouth." And And I was like, what?
It's Legos.
And
Is she afraid you're gonna swallow it?
No, she thought it
at
was a real
first I thought so, but I think she's just like it's gross because of germs. And I was like,
Oh.
it's
Yeah.
not worse than me smoking a real cigarette.
Like, also, do you think Philip lets any single other person handle his Legos? I think of one other person, maybe.
Who?
Actually, he's probably too young for him.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, he can't touch him.
He puts them out of reach every time.
Oh
yeah.
no, they're behind glass, and I lift him up.
Whenever
and he goes to
remember
this case behind
touched
me
them all.
and points at that and goes, bus! Because that's what he calls all trucks, buses. His bus!
Whenever I go to your house, Philip, when you're not looking, I touch everything.
Well, that's
all
disgusting.
of the Legos.
But then,
I
and then
don't.
on
Don't.
Friday,
I'd
Liv
be
suggested that I glue this together, and that's the maddest I've ever been at her. And she once stranded me on the side of the road, and I wasn't even that mad this time. That was just
Wait, is that true?
No.
Oh, I was like, what?
You've,
I don't think Philip would have said it on stream if it were true.
you've been present
Philip would
every
never be
time.
stranded
No, that's
anywhere
not true.
He
Never
drives
mind.
himself everywhere.
It's true. Yeah, please. I'm not letting. I hate riding. Yeah, but Millie was
Philip
very
is
upset.
not a passenger princess.
I think it's just like unless I'm at the wheel, I get car sick. But enough about how car sick I get.
I hate
Everyone.
driving.
This has been a really good session. Great work. We will see you guys
Night,
next
everyone.
time.
Happy 23rd birthday, KJ. Unless you don't have an imminent fear of aging like I do, in which case, happy actual age.
I didn't
saying-
until I had my physical on Monday, and now he was not kind about why I pinched a nerve in my back.
That's just a part of aging.
Yeah.
The first time I heard that, I was like,
No, he legitimately he was just like, oh, did you pick? Like I was like, it was in my lower left back, and he was like, oh, right here, and I'm like, yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, you don't go to the gym much, do you? And I was like, fuck, what the hell? And he's just like, yeah, because it's like someone who exercises, it wouldn't be this tight. And I was like, okay, you know what? Appointment over. I get it. 1 foot in the grave. I'm leaving.
I have
yeah.
something pinched in my lower right back, and I don't go to the gym as much as I need to.
AJ.
Shut up, Dan.
Come with me if you want to lift.
I know, basically.
Anyway,
I really hope I don't have to do this. I'm gonna
Go to
ask
the gym
chat
with
a
it?
question real quick. In addition to the chat, in addition to the music that you just hear playing, do you hear like loud pumping bass? Because my upstairs neighbors are watching something at a volume that is. I nearly went up earlier and asked about it, and then it stopped for like several minutes, but it's back. I don't know. I'm just seeing if chat. If it's not a problem, if I'm just hearing it, but between our ambient music and them
Sophia does
talking and
not.
me talking, okay, cool. Okay, then we're just moving on, and I'll just I'm gonna have to
Great.
talk to them at some point. It's like an older lady who lives up there and she doesn't hear.
I'll go over. I'll do it.
Like you say
Talk
that
to them
every.
for you.
I know, and I never do because what do? I go up and say it's too loud, and she's like, oh, sorry.
Just be like, I'm so sorry. I'm in an important meeting,
That's a
and
lie.
this is important, and we're a meeting.
Okay.
We're meeting.
Speaking of
Friends.
how important
This
this
meeting
is,
could have been an email.
Dan, I know that you won't because you were not here for our last session. KJ, it's not on you because you are just a Fiat operative here. But V, as the star of this show, do you remember what was going on at the end of last session one month ago? Do you remember the
Yes.
cliffhanger? Are you? If you,
Yes.
And if you're,
But I will not explain it because you're always better at that than I am.
But do you remember what?
And I
Do you want to give us like the one word, like the independent clause explanation of what's going on, what we ended on?
Wait, before Dan left?
No. Last
while he was
time
gone.
Dan was gone. However, Michael was present for the whole sort of conversation from that episode, just because of reasons. Basically, last time V sort of had said she wanted to tell everyone about Maisie, but then once she kind of started doing it, she realized maybe I'm not going to tell you guys everything I was going to say. So things got a little awkward. She also then made a call to Topflight. She tried calling Armament, but it didn't go through. So instead she called Lumen and asked for stuff, and Lumen and Topflight were in the middle of a fight, which we then saw the other side of in the next Topflight issue, which was pretty fun, as they were fighting Hellhounds. But while she was gone doing that, Zeb, Michael, Billy, and Rena were kind of like, okay, like this isn't like shady, but like something's a little weird here. Zeb really wanted to contact Director Gallows. So now Director Gallows is the head of Fiat, and she's old and tough, and she's a new character who was created because of us. I don't know, because we needed her.
I bet my doctor would have given her physical a pass with flying fucking colors.
You know what? Because she goes to the Gaim. And she pronounces it Gaim because she's old. She walked in and said, "A Gaim? What the hell's a Gaim?" Oh, a Gaim!
Oh, a Gaim!
That feels wrong to me.
Simpsons references. Don't worry about
As someone who said the word cochlear.
You said cochlear.
What you said was cochlear.
Don't change.
No, I know. I
history.
said as somebody who said the word cochlear. That Gaim feels more wrong. Shh. Go ahead, Philip.
In the interim, Rena also did some very good research. Billy was trying to find out about this doll, because clearly there's what V shared is that this doll is a tether to another power. We thought we got rid of it. She didn't really go into the full detail of like timeline changes, but she just was sort of saying it's, and there are things that, you know, Topflight or Topflight West would have classified from just most of Fiat. But as she went through, Rena found out a little bit more about this doll. Know that there's a photo of it being held by a little girl named Helena Prescott from the 1960s. And Rena also, I think, found out that this doll was located at a place called Trow House in Scotland in the 1800s. So Rena got some, Rena was going into the occult dark web and was finding out information about this. V got back. Then things got very awkward when Meridian showed up, and V did not tell Meridian about any of this. Which gave many of the sort of Fiat members here sort of some like weird feelings of things. Basically Zeb, because Steel Trap is doing some like mental stuff elsewhere. She's on the astral plane, so while she was doing that, you know, Zach is just going by Zeb because that's actually his name. He put it on the official report that Rena was doing, that he's not comfortable with all of this. Michael, I took a little bit of liberty with Michael. In that I did give you an exact line of dialogue. Because whatever's going on with those 13 trying to summon a doll in that workshop will have to be put on hold as an alert comes in that a fey monster has entered through the crossing and is attacking the island. And Michael basically was like, I said this immediately. You'll even remember from like 2 months ago, Dan, because that's how slow this game comes out,
yes,
that like you put the thing in and they were like, okay, so there's a lot of like fey-centric heroes who like that's kind of like red tape to do that. But the point is, there's a monster jumping in. And wouldn't you know it, Billy's gonna stay behind on the thing and like help like oversee stuff there. But Zeb suggests that V, Michael, Rena, and any number of formations need to get to that Fey crossing ASAP to deal with a monster that has crossed over. Michael Sheen, he told you guys so.
Yeah, we should.
And by you guys, I mean NPCs, because none of you were like, no, definitely keep it open. We want it.
Right.
So, yeah.
This is why you get the interdimensional blockers up as soon as you can.
There you go. So, with that in mind, there are 3 of you, which is convenient, who get to vote on the prologue for issue 5 of Formation Nation. Prologue option 1, Millionaire's Marsh, Minnesota. I suppose I should tell Dan, last week we opened with a prologue at Millionaire's Marsh where a formation had some people captured and had a lot of frogs and like went into a marsh in Minnesota. A remote wetland. She said, this will work as my new home, and she went into the waters. Option 2, the workshop, Null Island. So basically, do you want to know what formations are up to far, far away, or do you want to know what they're up to nearby? Lauren votes 2.
Far away was 1.
1 is far away, yes. All right, Dan, it's yours. Welcome back. You can vote 1 for
Welcome
the
back. Go
Millionaire
fuck
Marsh.
yourself.
I gotta go too. I gotta know what's up with Maisie.
Gotta know what's up with Maisie. Great. In the workshop, the 10,001 through 10,013, have gathered around the little doll that they're working on. One is sort of holding some fabric, and she says, "Do you think this is the right shade?" Another says, "That's not exactly what I remember. I don't. I mean, I've done a little bit of like sewing for like sewing costumes, and some variation of, oh yeah, me too. I'm really good at costumes. Like I could sew a button on if I had to, etc., etc." As they sort of explain their identical skills. But as they gather around, they one of them, Lauren, would you please roll a d13? You're muted.
You're muted.
I do see it's 1.
It's 1.
So 10,001. So 10K1, that's her name. 10K1 stares at the doll for a few moments. And says, I'm remembering something. Except I'm not sure that I remember this. Do you remember this? And the others kind of look and say, well, no, I don't. What do you mean? I'm just picturing something. I'm sorry I'm being so dramatic. This is kind of like a really big deal because I'm remembering this thing and I don't remember. And the other goes, it is so okay. It's fine. No, that's okay. What do you remember? Because maybe we'll remember it too. There's no way you're crazy. I'm not crazy. She's not crazy. None of us are crazy. Yeah, you'll remember. Okay. Can any of you remember, like, something about this doll? And like I'm just seeing these like little kids wearing like masks and having knives. The others look around and said, I don't think so. Lauren, roll another d13.
Are you moving the clock every time you've asked her to do that?
No.
5.
It's only if she rolls a 13 do we move the clock.
Oh.
And another one says, no, but when I look at it, I see flying saucers and men with tentacle faces, and it's like sci-fi stuff. Not like that sci-fi movie we did that time. Right. Like real, like scary. Lauren, give me one more.
11.
11. Thank you so much.
No.
11 is a great one to roll. And another one says, and I remember like I look at it and like I'm like, did we have a statue? Like a big statue of a guy with like sunglasses and hair and does that ring a bell to anybody else? That's what 11 says. They're all sort of looking around like, no, but, and as it goes on, each of the 13 can kind of remember some little weird glimpse of something. "11, however, since you rolled that, 11 is gonna say, there's some, I can almost hear like a song. Were we singing a song when we had the doll? I don't remember if we had a song. But you can ring a something. I can ring a something. Drop every heart of my heart. I can ring the blood out of my heart. Does that sound familiar? I don't think so. And of course, V's a fantastic singer, so it sounds very beautiful. She's like, as sure as you could wring the blood from a stone. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Does that sound familiar? The others say, kind of. And on that note, we cut to V, Michael, and Rena moving across the island over to the Fae opening. You notice there's a lot of formations wearing flower crowns, like running away, and they're being like, I think this is like we don't seem to have the abilities we should have, so we couldn't do anything about this. Oh, good. One who can do something. V, are you bringing any formations with you, or are you just handling this yourself?
Did we get a breakdown of the threat
You
that's
just know
coming through?
all you've heard is monster attack. Get over there. You'll be the first responders.
I'll bring 8 and 1.
V8, 1, Michael, and Rena rush to the ferry crossing. Great. What you see, Rena, go ahead.
Do we have weapons? Us? Do we have a gun or anything?
You definitely have like pistols that have, and like I'm sure they have the whole you could set them on like a low, you have non-lethal weapons. You have any sort of combat training you may have. You may honestly be going there more for like analysis. I think Michael's probably going for some degree of, nope, just kidding. You have no combat skills either.
Nope.
Well, this will be great. So the point is, as you guys are rushing forward, what you see is a very strange creature. It is about, I want to say it's like almost 20 feet tall and nearly 40 feet long. It is a walrus, but it is a walrus that has like spots of like fur and moss on it, and something about this walrus, despite kind of being its body is kind of has like flippers and movement, but it's more like a slug or it seems very adept at moving on land. And you actually doubt that this walrus, with its massive tusks, which are covered in moss and kind of like flowers growing out of them and stuff, you don't think that this walrus goes in the water. This is like a land walrus of some kind.
Is it moving like in a threatening way? Like, I know that the V's are probably scared because it just appeared and it's ugly, but
it is rampaging.
Okay, all right.
What does a rampaging walrus look like?
I was actually going to ask if it was
what it actually is doing is like in response to it's like ducking down and using its tusks to uproot like a small tree and sort of like toss it in the direction that people are running. Like yeah.
Does V have any knowledge just based on her obtaining
Elder's Blast.
things from someone
what Dustin gave you?
Of Faye?
Did Dustin put any like information into you?
Like, does she have a sense of what this?
Maybe the information was like encoded somehow.
Oh my god. You know what I mean? Does she have any information about this thing?
A most
based on
reasonable
anything?
question, and you have some stuff on Magic Arcana, so I think this would ultimately be, give me a luck roll. Let's see if you automatically just know about this. Otherwise, you'll get an analysis that will be a little.
And
bit
which, just V's?
Just V. Go up to V, and you see her luck score up there at the top.
I lost everything. Hold on.
It's you, or just roll it. You have a 91 in it if you want to find it while you make the roll.
Okay.
Very high luck for V, I got to admit.
Oh, thank goodness, because that's an 87.
Well, it is still a normal amount of luck, so I will say that what you do know, and no further rolls are required, you have not heard of this per se, but you know that in the Fairylands there are like magical rifts on all sorts of creatures. You can find giant spiders who drink tea. You can find, like earthworms who like, run dice rings. It's a very, like you they will often use elements of nature that then gain more power, get twisted. There are there are catfish there who are actual cats, but they swim underwater. That kind of vibe. So there's that sort of stuff in the Fairylands, but you don't know anything specifically about this land-based walrus.
Okay.
Does it look to have any weak points?
Excellent question, Michael. Why don't you make an analyze?
14, which is an extreme success.
Ooh, extreme success. I would say with an extreme success, you do think that it's going to be sort of like it has. Obviously, its head is a weak spot, but it's kind of hard to get to. You definitely think you don't want to try to just attacking the top of it is probably rough, but maybe it sort of keeps its belly sort of low as it flippers along, but underneath or around the head are probably going to be your best spots. But with an extreme success, I'll add a little on there. I think that you also have a sense that this thing is this does not seem to be like a rampaging beast. It is on a rampage, but this thing seems very alert and aware, and is looking around, though it's kind of attacking everyone. It's not just indiscriminate. It doesn't look scared. There is malevolent intent on this creature.
But it seems intelligent enough to have
It seems intelligent. It wouldn't shock you if this thing can talk. Yeah.
All right. Then this thing might be smarter than it looks. Try it. If we can talk it down, maybe we can get it to stop and go back peacefully. But that seems like your forte.
I can
Take
try.
Photos of it.
You what?
Sorry.
Rena's taking photos of it.
Understood.
The creature.
Okay, Rena, make a if that's sort of what you're doing for this thing. Okay, so we'll get that. So basically, Michael, you're telling V she could maybe try to talk it down. Rena, you're gonna try to get some photos. Michael, you've done this analysis kind of on the move. What do you want to do in this first sort of this first sequence of this event?
Can I do some kind of make a move, just back up V to whatever she tries to say, make it more convincing. I don't know if it means I'm trying to we're going good cop, bad cop, and I'm bad cop right now with a gun, or
you could based on what your abilities are, I think why don't you do a read person to see how you're getting in for how it's receiving this stuff. V, if you are trying to sort of persuade it, go ahead and make a charm persuade roll. And Rena, if you will make a compose create to take some beautiful photos.
76, so regular success.
Regular success, okay. How'd we do?
91.
What is your score?
85.
Oh, well, damn.
If only you could
I wasted all of my good rolls on Sunday.
So basically, what is you're just sort of trying to talk to it or whatever?
Yeah, she'll fly up above it to try to get its attention.
Mm-hmm. It sort of
to
looks
see if
up
it'll
at you.
Stop. Hi. Oh, you look really angry. I understand. It's very confusing coming through a portal like that. But this is a great little island with lots of resources. I'd love to tell you more about it.
In response to that, we're going to it slaps you with a sort of a flipper, a sort of a very moss covered just dirt, you're hit with this thing. You can make a dodge roll to not actually take damage, but you're kind of just getting knocked aside. Michael, with your regular success, you think this thing is not only intelligent but smug. He slapped V away like she's a bug or something. You're sure he's done this to little fairies constantly. Rena, what did you roll?
44.
44. You're getting good, clear photos. Nice composition.
Did I get a photo of V getting slapped?
I'm gonna say with a normal success and how lined up what you have a photo that's like the thing hitting and you like V's face turned to the side like like that. V, what did you roll for your dodge?
15.
15. Okay, so you do like you roll with it. You're kind of you're knocked aside. You're definitely smacked away, but you're sort of out of the. You don't take any damage. You're kind of out of the way. And as you're doing that, V, you hear, and Michael, you hear too, a voice say, "Oh, don't talk to it. Just kill it, please. Just definitely kill that horrible garden walrus. Oh, that would be most delightful if you would just destroy it." And you see that there is that sort of like greenish blue-skinned fae named Galliard, whom you met when you first visited this way. He's kind of saying, "Oh yes, he's a terrible, terrible monster individual. Just definitely destroy, kill, get it out of here. It's ruining the mood. Look at all my followers; they're all running away. Kill it. Yes, wonderful."
Well, what brought it over in the first place?
Ah, who could possibly say? Such garden walruses, they're known to be. Oh dear. I actually need now all three of you to please make a dodge roll as the garden walrus is like smacking around in this area.
81.
So
failure.
Okay, yeah. So tell me if it's a failure, success, degrees of success.
I
if you can.
failed.
You failed. Okay, Rena, V failed. Michael failed. Rena, how did you do on your dodge roll?
50. I passed, but not like
You passed.
extra well.
We'll say that Rena, because you're like looking a little more, you're like, oh god, and so you like move aside as this kind of this walrus. I actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll one for your esteemed guest as well. Hold on. He and basically Galliard saying, "No, you must kill it. Absolutely no problem." Whoops! And Galliard does like a triple backflip as he just kind of like jumps away and lands next to Rena and says, "Oh, hello. What weather we're having." But V, you and Michael are both swept aside by the tail of this walrus just knocking you down. Yes, Rena, go ahead.
Oh no, this is the one that her and Michael met before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's like, "Oh, you're still here."
Oh, of course. What a wonderful place aside from these. And it's not your fault, of course. I don't blame you for the garden walrus. It's a garden
Well,
walrus.
no, obviously it's not my fault. I was well aware it wasn't my fault.
Yes, of course,
didn't do a single thing.
Can
If
you
anything,
murder
I
it?
thought it was your fault.
Can you kill it? Do you have any, I don't know, do you have a magic arrow or a sword of fire or any way to destroy this thing?
Do I look like I have a magic arrow or a sort of fire that could destroy this thing?
You don't, yes. Where is Lute Song? Where is Chilling Ale? My darlings! And you're hearing like muffled sounds as like other fae are crawling out from under sort of brambles. So we're gonna move away from Rena and Galliard over to V and Michael, who are both prone on the ground. In addition, let's say won't be too bad here. Could both of you both must spend 1 power to avoid taking any damage as you're sort of like, digging deep to like absorb that blow, not to get hit too hard.
Was my power back up to max?
Your power would be back up to, what was it at, actually?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, you're back up to max for sure.
Okay.
Am I?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like stand up and pull out my gun and say, yell at the walrus, "Lower your tusk and stop the rampage or we'll open fire."
No.
It sort of, go ahead.
Can 8 do a read person on Galliard?
8 can do a read person on Galliard, absolutely. And what is V doing?
She's composing herself.
She's
1.
a 1?
Yeah.
Galliard, by 8's understanding, is acting like someone who is responsible for a big problem and is really looking forward to like having other people deal with it and not be blamed for it at all by saying it's just a crazy thing that happened.
Ha ha ha. Okay. So V's just trying to like get her bearing straight, and can 8 give it a go to try to charm and persuade?
8 could attempt to charm persuade. I think that with that read person, this is not a you're not going to charm this creature. You could there may be ways to talk it out of this stuff, yeah. but it would more be like you're not going to like You're telling
No,
it to
no,
calm
I
down
meant-
won't work.
I meant the persuade part of charm and persuade.
Sure. Go ahead and make a roll. Michael, are you opening fire?
I mean, is he stepping away? I mean, I'm only doing it if he doesn't respond to this.
Let's see how 8, since 8 wasn't knocked over, we'll see how 8 does flying up to the creature. Go ahead, Lauren.
She did 24, which is a hard success.
It's a hard success. So what does she say? How does she come at this sort of approach?
She's gonna say, okay, listen, I know it's probably that one's fault that you're here, and you're probably upset with him. Is that right?
He owes me money.
Oh, well, that seems very likely, doesn't it? And that does seem like something that we might be able to help you with, right? She'll say to B, and B's like, yeah. So, if you calm down and just relax, stop destroying our island, we can perhaps get your money back. How does that sound?
I don't like you. But he doesn't attack you. He
Okay.
turns and continues trying to find Galliard, who's now hiding behind Rena. Michael.
When that walrus spoke, was it like loud and booming?
It was
or-
loud and booming, yes.
So did everyone here owes me money?
He said somebody here owes him money, is all you've heard.
Yeah, but we could hear that despite not
Everyone
being right
heard
in front
that,
of him.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So V, I guess, will just say, okay, so Galliard, sounds like you owe him money.
They lie. Everyone knows God and walruses lie. They lie through their tusks.
Why would he say that?
Because they're filthy creatures. Stupid, dumb, ugly. Destroy it.
No.
Oh, no?
Why don't you pay it back?
Well, I don't owe it money. I'm above such things as money, please.
No, you're not on my island. You're
Oh,
not.
no! And the walrus has found Galliard and is going to once again attack. So V and Rena need to make dodge rolls. Michael, you can start shooting it if you want to. It is now attacking again. So if you want to take
Yeah,
a
I will
shot, go
shoot.
for it. Go ahead and use your weapon precision under your coordination.
I got 53.
78, which is a fail.
A fail. What is it? Is it a success for you, Rena?
That's just it. Success.
I don't have everyone's sheets up all the time, so yeah, sorry. So as it sort of, Rena, I think Rena, again, you see what's happening and you saw like Galliard freaking out, so you've moved aside. V, you once again get hit by this thing. You lose 2 more power as it just, zooms into you. Galliard leaps away and is now like, Galliard is like skipping, like from like rock to rock, like la la la, someone kill it, la 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 la. Michael, what did you roll for your precision weapon?
29, which is a regular success.
A regular success. With a regular success, especially because you already took the time to look for weak spots, you're sort of aiming like in the neck and under the body. So with a regular success, you sort of hit it and and it sort of notices that, and now it's like turning sort of like away from whatever, and it's like kind of like still looking around, but you're definitely a thing it's noticing, and it's you're drawing its attention.
I'm just after the shot, I'm say yell again. Stop the rampage, and we can talk. Otherwise, we'll keep shooting.
I don't care. I just want to pull that little thing apart. Have to catch me first. I mean, but also don't catch me because I've done nothing wrong. Kill it, kill it, kill it.
Is there a way that would Eldritch Blast be able to create like a percussive effect if 2 blasted it from
It's really kind of just like a there's no real sound to it. It's kind of this burst of force. What are you trying to do?
I don't know. Can I do this if 1 and 8 both Eldritch Blasts like by its head, if it could just like knock it out instead of kill it?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. This thing is also big enough that, yeah, a couple Eldritch Blasts are not going to kill it by any means.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you want to try to do like coordinated Eldritch Blasts from different angles to like discombobulate it, you could absolutely do that.
I'd like to.
Let's have you do, so I'll need an Eldritch Blast for 1, then an Eldritch Blast for 8. Remember to click the boxes on the different sheets for these. Your life is complicated, and I'm sorry.
Okay.
Michael, I'm gonna say as she's doing that, you have attached its ire. It is coming from so far after you that you have a lot of lead time. So please give me a dodge roll with 1 bonus as it's like slapping, and you took a couple good shots at it. You've got its attention, but you're running. You're able to like seek cover and try to stay ahead of it.
13, which is a hard success.
With a hard success, yeah, you're able to like pretty easily just like duck away as it upends a bunch of trees, and you're kind of like rolling and like just doing cool secret agent stuff. Rena, while this is going on, are you attempting anything, or are you just taking more pictures?
I'm not sure what she could do. Does she have? We don't have any like, as fiat agents, like magical items or anything
you
like
don't
that,
know
right?
you a fiat agent is you're not like, you could get access to like certain magical things, but you don't have any specific things standard against this.
A standard issue, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
You don't have like sadly.
I guess I'm just trying to follow around. What's his face?
Galliard?
Yes.
I love that. Tell you what, let's have you make an investigate roll. Let's see if you can get deeper to the heart of the matter here.
48.
A 48.
Which is
A normal
damn.
success. You could
Damn.
spend 4 luck. You wouldn't get to click the button, but you'd have a hard success, or you can just leave it where it is.
No, regular.
With a regular success, I think
I
that
want to click the button.
you get over to. I just want to click the button. You manage to you follow Galliard sort of back, and while you're still keeping an eye on Galliard, you begin looking at the fairy circle where they all came through, like that crossing point. And you're sort of. You can see it's been much upended. The stones are all still in place, but like everything around it has been like swept wide. And I will say that you could, on a subsequent sort of thing, you could maybe continue investigating this, but you're beginning to get some picture of like, okay, well, it came through here. Clearly, it's after this one. Did he invite it, or did it just get through? Like, what the hell's going on? So while you're doing that, Lauren, how did was it 2 or 3 Eldritch Blast? Did V do it as well?
No, V's still trying to gain her bearings, but it was 2 regular successes.
2 regular successes. Okay, so Michael, between you dodging and drawing it off, and now these 2 Eldritch Blasts kind of like don't like hitting it in the sides of the head and very much like confusing it, there is a reprieve from the rampage for a moment as it's getting its bearings, looking around for those Fae. All of the followers at this point have gotten clear. They're kind of like on like a further clearing. They're all watching like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like showing each other like, can we take selfies with our bracelets? I don't know. I mean, because none of us have phones, because only V had a phone. Yeah, I know. It's just, I would love a phone. I'd kill for a phone. So as they're sort of over there like trying to, can we just imagine we're selfies? Okay, like imagine I'm here and I'm like, huh? So as this is going on, V, you get up, shake the cobwebs out. You've been hit a couple times here, but not what you're having to like, dig to your reserves to avoid damage. Rena's over there doing some analysis. That's what she's going to be doing. But for V, 1, 8, and Michael, this thing has like, you have like a moment. So we're about to have a more like kind of like a last gasp like fight thing, where if you guys want to try to put this thing down, you can do a coordinated attack if you want to talk about what your strategy will be for that.
At this point, I think I'd just be pointing out the most effective spots to hit to the V's.
It did seem that like hitting it near the ears was ears and eyes are a good spot.
Yeah, so I'll just make sure that's abundantly clear.
Okay, but V will say, I don't want to kill it. I just want to put it to sleep first for until we can get a handle on this.
Michael, I'm going to let you make a free analyze. Although if you have medicine and it's better, you could roll that instead.
I mean, I have medicine, it's almost as good, but I've already checked my analyze box, so I'd like to roll medicine.
Understood.
15, which is exactly what I need for an extreme success.
Michael, I think that you and if you want to have a smug chuckle, that is what your 15 extreme has granted you. You guys aren't killing this thing. This is like
No.
this is like yeah, your little, you know, your little trank gun or your little, like, you know, whatever thing, and V's Eldritch Blast. I mean, like, if you could you'll knock it out. You can assure her that you guys
Yeah,
can just
V, don't worry. You're not gonna knock out Godzilla with one punch. You're not gonna knock out this guy with one punch. Just take it. Just do what you got to do.
Fine. So what V will want to do is she will want to blast it from the top while the others hit it from the side like they did
Okay.
before.
Okay, so triple shot,
Triple
triple blast.
Triple tower.
blast. Yeah, triple power.
Great. Okay. And technically speaking, we don't really get into this in this system, but like each of your Eldritch Blast is multiple blasts when you do it, you know. So it's like this is like I mean, this thing is just getting blasted repeatedly. Just covered in it. Okay, so go ahead and Lauren, if you will please roll 3 separate Eldritch Blast. Remember to be clicking, I think you've probably already clicked the boxes for them, but roll for V's as well. So let's see how many successes you get. Michael, if you're going to make another shot, you can certainly do that, unless you're trying to do some other thing just for the sake of... if you're just going to go punch it so you can click another box, I suppose you're welcome to try for that. You'll need a higher degree of success if you're doing unarmed combat, I'll tell you that. But yeah, Dan, you can just shoot it again if you want to.
Right.
While that's going on, Rena, now that you're over there investigating this area, let's have you do an analyze of the data that you're finding.
$11, which is under the red one.
It is under the red one, so that's an extreme, and you rolled an 11?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Re-roll. I'm looking at it. Nope, you have... Your knowledges should have given you extra both on your earlier one and this one. I'll tell you what. Roll this die. Roll your percentile one with the 10s. Roll that an additional 3 times, because if one of them is a double 0, you will have a 1 and you'll have a vital. But you already have an extreme, so that's great.
The first one is a double 0.
Double 0. Okay, so you have a vital success of having figured out what this is based on your investigation of the area, analysis. So while they're fighting, you are no expert on the Fae, but between your data pad, your brain, and the way that Galliard is being so just like a mincing problem, you have a realization that Galliard, you don't know the specifics, but you're sure this is what's going on. Galliard has set up this circle in as a absolute open portal, all are welcome, come to my party. This isn't just like he took a naturally occurring thing and has it's like, ooh, fairy magic had this little crossing bro, and he came through and was basically like, guys, party at my parents' house, and open invitation, and now one of his creditors has come for him.
So Rena's gonna take a picture of portal and how it looks, so that I guess we can recognize it if we ever need to come across it again.
Mm-hmm. And actually,
is it a one-way portal?
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, is it a one-way portal?
It does not. It is a. Like, if you were to walk through it, you would have a weird ooh thing, and you would wind up in some sort of fairy world. So it could go both ways. But for Fae who know what they're doing, it's like an open door. But it could go both directions. Yes, for sure.
I guess my question is, do I think the only way to kind of get through this is to shove the walrus back into this portal?
You definitely think that if you guys put the walrus through the portal and stopped this from being a direct portal, even with it being an opening that something like Galliard could come through, a walrus like this just couldn't waltz through.
Could not.
But also to that point, at this point, those are funny. You do notice that coming out of this portal is it's about a foot tall. It looks like a slender loris, but it has bat wings. And like a tail that is kind of just crawling through, going, now. Ooh, yeah, fine. And it kind of like lands right next to you and says, hmm?
Rena will hello and take a photo of it.
Ooh.
And then she will would this work would like running her foot through the like lines or whatever ruin the portal?
No, this is a.
No?
It is
Okay.
no. Sadly, it will take a little more than that. I mean, you with the analysis you've rolled, you suspect you could maybe try to like do stuff to break it at this time, but then the walrus couldn't go through.
Yeah. She'll just never mind. She'll just take a picture of whatever the thing is. Hello.
It sort of looks at and says, mine. And it grabs your camera. Please make a.
That little shit.
We'll call it a. I think it's a lift. Go to your physicality. You're just pulling it back and forth.
That is a 50.
50. It is small, so I'm gonna say that you don't dislodge it, but now it is holding onto your. It's so little that you're just like pulling it like along with your camera. So we're gonna cut away from that fun moment as it's saying mine. Ooh, food. As that's happening, Michael 1 and 8. Let me know your degrees of success on shooting this thing up. Michael, how'd you do with your gun?
Hard success.
So Michael's just doing like, I like how Michael is the most traditional fiat agent in this, thing. Michael's like, taking like stands, like popping out near a rock, closing one eye.
Very tactical, yeah.
Crack shot, tactical things, moving aside, going on the run. V and the formations, how did everyone do up there?
V's still struggling a little bit. She had a regular success and the other two had hard.
Both had hard.
Yes.
So, oh my god. So basically just like hard eldritch blasts. Just like all over the face and head of this walrus. Like, just like repeated, like merciless. Just blast after blast. And I think each
from
time...
all sides.
From all sides and all angles, and the walrus is just there with the tusks, and it's like hitting the tusks, and if it were viscous, it would be dripping down them. Listen, guys, these things are just happening. It's not what's going on. The point is, you guys are just bombarding it, and between that and like it getting hit, sort of in the underside by Michael, the walrus, though it is kind of like smacking around and trying to do this, it's being bombarded like with Michael tickling it from underneath, like the equivalent of tickling from underneath with the weapon, and you just blasting it up top. It's just like it's done for. So you do actually cause the garden walrus to kind of, and it just like lands, and its two tusks just embed themselves into the dirt, and it just says, "Go." Never should have given it credit. It is down for the time. And from the tree line back there, you hear Galliard say, "Wonderful! Slice its neck, and then let's get back to our revelries."
I'm immediately on comms, like, can we please, where are those interdimensional blockers that I requested?
Zeb says, I have put a fast track order in them. There's still one fairy-based member of Flight Infinity, but I'm waiting for hold on, there's dots, I have dots, a reply is being typed, hold on. Okay, the dots stopped, damn it. The dots are back, okay, typing.
Tell them we need them now. We were having breaches.
After all, okay, why did they type 3 times and all they said was, they just said, okay. Capital O, lowercase k, no punctuation.
I shut off the comments.
So upsetting. Why took them so long to do? So basically, yes. Okay, go ahead. Rena, you guys see that Rena is like kind of emerging from the woods, wrestling a weird little fey creature for her camera.
Does anyone have snacks? I think he's hungry. She? They? It? Creature's hungry, I think.
Galliard,
Mine.
what is that thing?
What? Oh! That's one of those little weird freaky things. I'm not sure what they're called. I call them smiley guilies. Might be a windling, I'm not sure. They're very chaotic, cause all sorts of trouble. Oh, wonderful! Are you here for the party, little thing?
Wait a minute. You're having a party?
Of course.
No, you're not. No.
I'm not?
He, as far as I can tell, he has like an open invitation portal in the grove there.
No.
I wouldn't call it an open invitation portal.
Well, that's why he's here, isn't it? Because just anyone can go through.
No.
Is that why the walrus is here too?
No, walrus. The garden walrus. They're a pest. Sometimes they act like they can speak, sort of the language of higher fae or humans such as yourself, but they don't actually have any higher reasoning. So any words they've said, you can just assume it's something they're oddly parroting.
I feel like just by definition, the creature I'm fighting with right now is a pest.
It's like sucking on the side of the camera.
Yeah, no, stop. Bad. No, stop. We'll get you a snack. Just relax. We'll get you a snack.
Can one go over and like
a pest? But the walrus is a bigger deal, more than a pest. Because you couldn't even take care of it.
Oh, of course but I just, this is your area. I didn't realize you were having garden walruses springing up and causing trouble.
How is a gigantic garden walrus? Garden walrus.
Yes, say it 5 times fast, dear. It's fun.
I will not.
Fun. No?
How is that our jurisdiction?
Well, this is your island, isn't it? I'm simply a guest, a most welcome and excited and exalted guest. He waves at all of these sort of flower-crowned formations on the side, and they all wave back.
You weren't invited, if I recall. You just popped on through. So not really a guest.
Whether I was subconsciously invited by all the latent... Oh. Do you want to see my... I do trespass. Trespass, transgress. I'm a real iconoclast. Yes, V.
Yeah, okay. So one still...
One is trying to pull that thing... give me a... One could do an unarmed combat, actually.
Okay, but also... That's a 39.
Yeah,
which
one basically just grabs it and just yanks it off. No problem.
Okay, and can V use formation telepathy to tell the other the formations with the flower crowns? Mm-hmm. Like, didn't you see how mean he was to that walrus?
God, that's interesting. They all kind of look around and like you hear thoughts back being like, that's true. Like, as we all super well know, you can tell a lot about a guy about how he treats animals. And another one says, but on the other hand, maybe he's like a really complicated person and we can't just judge people based on like one action, right? And they're like, that is so true.
He also wanted us to kill it.
That is also true. And he did want us
He owes it money.
Oh, that is kind of tacky. Oh my God.
I know.
Because oh my God, this is...
It's
honestly,
like
Prime,
that one guy that we dated that wouldn't take a date without a Groupon.
No, this is why we asked to see their credit scores before we date them now.
Wait, no, what?
Yeah, remember how we do that? That's the thing you started. Yep, we all remember that. Yep.
That was one time.
Yeah,
but
and we're glad we did because he had garbage credit.
Okay.
Don't say you were wrong about that, Prime.
Okay. Anyway. We're not supporting Galliard anymore.
No, you're
rude.
right. He's not. He.
Okay, now the flower crowns look super cute. Can you take them off? Just because I feel like he thinks that you guys are exalting him or whatever, and I don't want that. You can put them on over there, please.
Can we still worship fae stuff and enjoy the fairy circle once it's back to normal?
Worship. Like, it's fun to dabble, but no.
Okay, but can we still have fairy fun once the circle's back to normal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. They all take off their flower crowns.
Okay, now go.
What? Oh, fine, whatever. Come on, let's see. Oh, should we go up to Les Mis? Oh, yeah, I wonder if they're done yet. And they sort of all get out.
Meanwhile, V is just standing there like... oh, jeez. Okay. Anyways, so no, they're not... a part of your little group, Galliard.
Oh, no! Whatever will I do without a bunch of identical women? Oh, dear. Oh, well. Just party with whoever's about. Look, such as Lute Song and Chilling Ale, they're both back, and his two sort of like fancily dressed ones. They're sort of walking up to the walrus and saying, "Shall we be stabbing it in the neck?"
No.
I have my stabbing knife.
No.
Can I carve something funny into its
No.
husk?
No.
Well, what if it's funny?
Galliard, how do we get it back? And how do we
What,
close?
back? Those girls? I don't know. You
No,
you stared at
the
them
walrus.
weirdly, and they all walked away.
The walrus.
Oh,
How do we get it?
Oh,
back?
put it. Yes, back through the. Yes, just all you have to do. You're all very sort of big and strong and strapping, and there's so many of you. Just push it back into the fairy circle, and it will return to the fairylands, and then the party can begin.
I don't think it's gonna fit.
Oh, believe me, it'll fit.
I think it's like bigger on the inside or something.
Chilling Ale goes, tee. Oh, Chilling Ale, you're so bad. That's why I love you. Lute Song, why aren't you being bad? I'm sorry, I think it hit me rather hard in the head. Oh, Lute Song, I'm so sorry. Are you forever stupid or just for a few moments? I don't know. Oh dear.
How are we doing on those dampers, Michael?
At this
Should be there at
point,
some point.
a little, like a little like car thing or whatever kind of comes over, and Zeb says, "I have the multiversal I have the interdimensional blockers here."
Thank you.
Peanut's just trying to feed the little creature peanuts.
It's trying to eat like parts of V's shirt.
One has also joined in because she thinks it's cute too.
Understood.
I'm gonna start directing a couple. I assume a couple of other agents have come with like minor agents.
There's Zeb is there with a few agents, and there's.
I'm gonna start directing them like best location to set up these, and
Sure.
then I want to get this fucking dude back. I want to get this fucking dude back to the portal too.
Yeah, I didn't want to, he seemed like he was having a good time, so I didn't want to bother him here, but he's now a liability, so.
It's so. Zeb is just like, what a strange looking thing. All right, well.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
We can get it back to the fairy world.
I
Yeah,
hope
let's
so.
try that, and then we'll
Alright.
get everyone else through the fairy portal,
All right,
and then
let's try to.
start.
I guess we can try to, and sort of like the agents start like putting like ties around it to try to drag it with the car. As it goes, it's like tusks are in the ground, just. But eventually you guys pull it back to where that fairy circle is. Meanwhile, an agent is there saying, so this is like a full. This is like a full crossing. I'm not sure blockers are meant for this. They're more meant for like smaller crossover spaces. And Rena
We'll have some kind of dampening
Change the circle a little bit.
Zeb says, "Well, we should probably get this thing back through and then change it, right?"
Yeah.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, for the purpose of the blockers.
In the meantime, you have noticed that standing on the side of it, there's a couple of weird, very tall dogs with these kind of weird jowly things. They've sort of emerged.
Oh, no.
They have butterfly wings just on their heads. And then there's a couple of other little fairy people who've sort of come through. You're saying, "Well, this doesn't look very nice at all. Where are the singing
No.
toadstools?"
There aren't any.
Oh, balls. That one.
Party
What's the guy's
club.
name again?
What? Galliard?
Galliard. Okay.
The one who asked that immediately just walks back into the circle and just kind of disappears in mist.
Galliard, why don't you just throw a party over there? You can get singing toadstools for your guests.
No, because it's much more interesting to throw parties in sort of fairy enclaves in your material world.
No, one is like, oh my god, can we get singing toadstools here though? Because that'd be super
if
cute.
you let
No.
this portal stay open, I can bring you all manner of things.
No, I mean without the portal staying open, because that would be just super cute.
would be
I
so
think
cute.
those dogs, look at their little butterfly ears. That's so sorry.
I actually have an idea. I see you're bringing all sorts of machinery that seem to be made of iron, and no, I don't like the smell of it. If you want, I can actually try something. Let's put the walrus through.
He's like, no.
Hear me out.
No.
We could put the walrus through, and then I could make some adjustments to this circle.
No.
So
No.
that not anything can come through. It'll still be present. We can still we can still maybe get a few singing toadstools after a while. You see?
He's gonna be like, no, no.
Rena?
Rena's gonna talk to the Fae that have come through but aren't really saying anything. She's gonna kind of, not like in a secretive way, but she's just gonna quietly go, wow, Galliard really sends out like invitations and has a boring party, right? Like it's not at all what was promised to you guys, is it? That's so shameful of him, isn't it?
One of them goes.
Boring parties.
One of them goes.
Not a single singing toadstool.
God, you're right. This party is so boring. What am I doing here? I was dancing on a dandelion before I came here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You should really like tell your friends.
This is
like,
a waste of time.
Don't let them fall victim to this either.
I'm going
like,
back.
So...
Thank you.
You should, yeah.
And that one walks through. And then the one next to it looks at you and says, "What's a galliard?" And this is the much more fancy dressed one. And then it hiccups.
She's just gonna point. Pointing at Galliard.
Do you have any baby teeth?
Not anymore. No, I lost them all. I'm so sorry. Galliard didn't supply that for you either. Oh no.
What's a galliard?
The guy over there. Him. That one.
What? One of those like crazy hounds with the butterfly ears is just kind of like sneezing a bunch.
You're gonna take photos of them, as well, like of everyone, really.
Can one be petting that dog that's sneezing?
Sure.
Or is it not through?
No, it's there. It has walked. It's like just walking around the perimeter. At this point, however, the people you do get the sort of walrus closer to the circle, and once you start like pushing it through, you're kind of leaving this to this sort of like Zeb and the other team. But like Michael, if you sort of help, like once it does sort of like once it kind of gets into that portal, it kind of
Right.
makes it through.
What do I know? What Flight Infinity has in its, or Fiat has in its arsenal that is like the strongest thing that we could, like, what's the strongest option we could bring to bear on this portal?
I would say that Rena has already, since Rena's already scored like a vital success, Rena is fully understanding that you just need to sort of like simplify this portal, sort of like
Okay.
just move the stones, make it so it's not this powerful thing, and then your dimensional blocker should work, no problem.
Okay.
It's like right now it's like a full open conduit. All you have to do is like size it out. Yeah. So Rena, you can be telling them that while you're taking pictures.
Mm-hmm. Just like I said.
Mm-hmm. Start hurting the dog back, like gently, like, okay, yep.
It eventually starts floating, just carried by the two little butterfly wings on its head. Kind of goes through.
And V's just like, oh god, okay.
Mm-hmm. Chilling Ale and Lute Song are sort of still like wandering around. There's still a fair bit of phase, but like they're kind of most of the phase though, based on what Rena had said, even the one who wanted baby teeth, have sort of gone back through. But now everyone is gone except for Galliard, Lute Song, and Chilling Ale. And Galliard says, "Oh dear, that's a shame, but you'll get them next time. It'll work out better next time for you, I'm sure."
No, there will be until this whole situation is figured out. There will not be a next time of this event. Okay?
What event? We didn't even have an event.
Exactly.
I was just
You're
here
not
minding
going
my own business with my followers, and then
you brought in
a garden walrus on your property appeared, and then all my followers are gone now.
Okay, well, why don't you go with them?
Okay. And he sort of walks off, like, in the direction that you sent all the girls.
No, not them. They're not your followers. They don't like you.
Wow.
Yeah.
He kind of walks up to you, and he's only like 3 feet tall, but he's very sort of like, kind of aquiline nose and very sort of regal looking. And he puts a hand on your arm, V, and says, "I know a thing or two about projecting, and I get that's what you're doing now. People do like you, I'm sure. You're not really that abrasive."
Well, thank you, Galliard.
You're so
Yeah.
welcome, milady. And he turns and begins going back after the girls, and Chilling and Lutesog are following him as well. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, how do we modify this portal so this doesn't happen again?
Oh, I think we just move some of these rocks. Move this guy over there, and move this one over here.
Okay.
And Brina, you could even sort of like take, and like as soon as you start like flipping some rocks over, and you notice there's a couple that have like symbols that he like must have like burned into them. As soon as you like tip those over, it just like the intense, you can feel the circle. Like there's no longer like mist and like you can't like hear like odd laughter in the distance. And there was this one little like pixie who you almost saw flying out, and then she was like, where's the party? It's gonna be fun. Like, oh shit, and she's gone.
Can 8 walk up and pick up one of the stones and just fly off with it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. At this
Good
point,
number.
just like based on like that you've disrupted the circle enough, and now one of the people is like putting it down and saying, yeah, okay. Zeb will go over and say, yes, we do have an interdimensional. We're blocking interdimensional passage here.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. I hate the Fae so much. Okay.
Yeah. Well, at least for once, it wasn't my fault. So, there's
And
that.
so wait, all the Fae are gone, or what about the ones who were here?
Nope.
They still want to do Fae stuff?
They're hanging out. But they no longer have a following. So,
That you know of. This kind of this does bad. This is like sins of the father kind of thing, but more like sins of the cloned offshoots.
Michael, I do understand what you're saying. It took me a moment, but I just got there. Yes, I get the analogy. It makes sense. Good work here, everyone. Rena, smart thinking. Michael, smart shooting. And V, of course.
sure.
I also got a lot of pictures for our files for the face so that we can recognize them easily,
That's
or use it as training material.
Rena,
If you just look here, oh no, that's
yeah.
a selfie of me, one, and the dogs. That's
One is
another-
going to say, oh my God, can I
Sorry.
get that picture of the dog? Did you get one of
Absolutely.
them flying through?
Of course, no, yeah.
Oh my
I'm
gosh, oh
taking
my
pictures
gosh,
all the
I
time.
wanna-
Yeah, no.
I
I
have to
wanna-
admit, those dogs were so cute.
They were so cute.
And what is
Yeah.
what is that thing on your is that like, what's that in your, and basically we'll say that one maybe like was like there's a little thing like that she was trying to hide, but now there's a little squirrely like
Nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing.
um,
It doesn't like
And
peanuts.
Steve will be like, you need no, we're not we're not sneaking things. And one's just like, but
But I think he likes us.
it's stuck here anyway. Yeah, we'll watch it. Me and Rena. It's our baby.
I'm not claiming full responsibility. I am.
I will. I just
I'm more like a step parent in this scenario,
Yeah.
I think. But
yeah,
yeah,
we have shared custody, but I have like
she has
what?
full. I have partial.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's probably
Okay.
I'm like the
thing
fun
is,
weekend dad.
that thing is so cute. It's up and it's just kind of going
It's okay. You're so cute.
cute.
Peanut.
I'm
Peanut.
cute.
Get you that. Get you
Peanut?
that.
Peanut.
No, and it throws it on the ground.
Oh,
Yep. Still doesn't like peanuts.
yeah. We can get you food. What do you like?
Hmm.
She says.
Shiny.
Oh, we'll get you something shiny. Okay? Let's read up. Let's go. I'm so excited. We can make it a little house and it'll be super cute. And V's just like,
Shiny.
I'm so sorry.
Shiny house. Shiny house. Shiny house. Shiny house. Shiny house.
One's gonna
You can probably get that delivered here.
skipping off.
What are you guys naming this thing?
Peanut.
I was thinking that'd be a funny name for it.
Also, now that you're sort of doing this, Zeb will sort of come up, and Rena, you were documenting, you were going through, this wasn't your thing. Rena, I would like for you to make, you 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 This would be a research roll, and I'm going to give you 2 bonuses on it from all your expertises. So roll your research. So 2 bonuses means you're going to roll 3 of these and use the lowest. 3 of the.
Wait, where's research?
Research is also
I see it,
under
okay.
intelligence. Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to roll?
So basically, you get to roll 3 of these, use the lowest, and 1 of the d10s.
Okay.
Michael, how are you doing?
I'm just really shocked
16.
by Rena's lack of professional decorum right now. I thought that she was a better agent than this.
I love the idea that Rena's the one who figured out how to end all of it and everything, but you're still like, but she thinks one's cute. Child.
Well, she is. It is like her first mission, so she is kind of young.
A 16?
Yeah. 16. Yes.
So heartbreaking that you keep rolling 1 away from the stuff you need, but I know you want to click the box so you won't use your luck.
I do want to click the box.
So,
yes.
with a hard success, it takes you a while to figure out what this thing is. But these are called smile gliders. These little creatures.
Smile what?
They're called smile gliders.
Like a sugar
Okay.
glider.
It is kind of, they are like sugar gliders, but these are smile gliders. They do have that kind of like bulbousy sort of like weird tiny thing face with bat wings and a long weird tail. And this one talks, and you've named it Peanut?
No.
Peanut the smile glider?
Yeah.
And Peanut is like, shiny? Shiny house?
Yes.
Shiny house.
You could do shiny house.
We'll work on it. Yeah.
Shiny house?
You can have so much fun here.
Want a quarter? Quarter?
Food? Eat?
Maybe.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know
It
what
just
they
starts
eat.
like, it like puts it in its mouth, and its like, mouth is so small, it's just like sucking on the quarter, like.
Okay. All right. I think he likes it. Yeah. No.
Well, maybe it's nutrient deficient. Maybe.
Johnny!
Got pica. V continues to just be like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Poor Michael. Zeb says, all right, well, crisis averted, I suppose. Was anyone hurt?
Yeah. I just got knocked around a little, but I'm fine.
Oh, sorry, V. Prime.
It's
The dimensional blockers seem to be functioning properly, so I don't think we'll have any more incursions.
Fantastic. Thank you.
That being said, the fact that this thing formed, so just so I understand it, just Rena, please back me up or correct if this doesn't sound right. It appears that the latent connection to Fey energy in all the formations caused those most in tune with it to spontaneously generate a soft portal between the fairylands and our own in this tranquil spot, which now is not tranquil at all because it's been all trampled up by a thing. And a fairy circle was formed. Some Fae came through it, such as Galliard, who is currently still on the island.
Yes.
And Galliard then enhanced this crossing to be more substantive for reasons we still don't understand, at which point
He was throwing a party.
Party. I assume this will all be in a report, so I'm just going over through it for my mind right now. Was throwing a party, but then a walrus who you said he owed money to? So a walrus that he owed money
The
to.
walrus said that Galliard does deny the claims, though he seems to be untrustworthy.
An alleged,
but me and Michael
yes.
believed that from the beginning.
Oh, yes. There were allegations. The point is, a walrus came here attempting to do some mischief against Galliard, tearing the place up in the process. Other Fey creatures came through, and then we have now sent almost all of them back, aside from Galliard. He'll look at the stuff. Lute Song and Chilling Ale are their names, as well as a smile glider named Peanut.
Yes.
It swallows the quarter.
Oh gosh. Do we have a vet on this island? Because
No.
I'm sure
we
there is a
don't.
couple of
Sure,
these
it's
who
fine.
are like, I do want to be a vet. I just love that. So, and now we have locked it off
think so. Yes.
as well as we could.
Now,
Yeah.
Prime, do we have any concern that some of those who were previously fans of the Fae might want to come and shut this off at some point so that they can have more of a connection to the fairy world?
I would love to say absolutely not. Can I do a read person on my formation?
I think it's a detect vibe for the whole island.
Oh, okay, detect vibe. I
But
guess.
I'm actually going to have you do that. I want you to do. No, it's better, even though it's a lower thing. Make a formation telepathy roll, and you get a bonus on these.
Ooh, well, that one was pretty good. 29.
A 29 is a hard success.
It
You
is.
reach out. What are you looking for? What is it you're trying to feel?
I guess it would be like their, I guess, not anger, but their, I guess, resentment toward the idea of shutting that portal off and like cutting them off from being so close to the Fey magic.
You do not feel, at this time, a strong undercurrent of resentment. You think it's perfectly plausible that at some point, especially since Galliard's still around, I think it's certainly plausible at some point they may want to reopen it up so that more cute fairies can drift in and be seen, and more powerful ones could even come through or whatever. But you don't think there's there's no plot already at hand. It would be a more...
Okay. Okay, so as of right now, I don't think we'll have any issues. I do think that we need to keep an eye on Galliard. So, because he's a little troublemaker. Yeah.
I absolutely agree, and I'm confused that we didn't get him back through the portal, but I suppose he's, based on what Rena said, it seems like Galliard is maybe a cut more clever than the average Fae. Is that the idea? Shiny.
Stubborn as well.
And I see, yes. And Chilling Ale and Lute Song, do they seem equally troublesome as Galliard?
They kind of just do his bidding.
Gross.
So yes.
Gross.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Michael. I'm sorry that we weren't able to have these up earlier, but I'm glad that we finally got approval.
Yeah. I mean, whenever we get them is better than not getting them at all.
Absolutely. Well, so far things are going great.
V's just gonna plop down on the ground with her hands in her head.
V, are you all right?
Totally super.
Rena has the stuff, like, I can keep track of all their vitals and stuff, right?
You can, absolutely.
She has a migraine.
Oh, I'm sorry, V. Well, it's been a long day. You and all the formations hear a kind of like a broadband telepathic announcement. Like, everyone, if you'd like to come to, we're calling this like a staged concert. This is not the full production, but we're sort of calling this just like an open walkthrough of parts of selections from Les Mis. You're all welcome to come and see what we've done.
Oh look, her stress levels are rising drastically. This is interesting to watch in real time.
Yeah. It's just that this whole island is just a whole new way to be disappointed in yourself. And there's nothing I can do to improve myself in them. Just
I'm gonna put in a request for a counselor. I think is the best move.
Probably.
Also, I think 1 in 5 are dehydrated. You should probably get them some water.
oh,
Probably need several dozen counselors.
I that's probably true, but I think
That's nothing. That is not a direct. I'm not trying to directly knock you. It's just a comment of the number of people that are on the island.
Oh,
Okay, well-
actually, and this formation kind of starts making her way to you guys. I'm so sorry for eavesdropping. I had just come to see what was going on here. It sounds weird, but so like I don't know because I am just you, but like part of me, like, I've thought about being a counselor before.
Oh no, we're
we
not.
will. We'll keep your name.
I just do feel like I know V pretty well. Maybe I'm too close to V actually.
That's fair. No,
Yeah.
I'll put that in your file. No, it's a good
Thanks.
point. We'll keep you in consideration.
I just
Do not do therapy on me, on them, us. Don't do it. That's a significant conflict of interest. You can't do that.
but
No.
listen, like V, like I know that you don't know about this, but like we're gonna have to have a society here, you know, and like we're gonna have to fulfill roles for each other like that.
No, valid points. I think you know what you've made some great points.
Thank you.
We're gonna think on it. You're in the running, top 3 for sure.
Thank you. Would you like my headshots? I know typically that's not what you do for
Oh my God,
a counseling
no.
position, but that's kind of all
While I appreciate
They do look like everyone else's
I do
headshots because they
think-
were taken.
Yeah,
before we
I
split.
do think that I know exactly what you look like, and I will not be forgetting that anytime soon.
But V, I just want to say, you know, most people, my doctor's advice would be take a little me time. For you, I'd say take a little V time. Okay. Well, that's all the time we have. And she goes back.
Speaking of me doing weird things and ruining things, maybe we should check in on the 13.
Oh.
I just want to keep myself or them, I don't even know who they are to me anymore, from making a mistake or doing something strange or causing a split in reality or something like that. Who knows?
Rena, if you just look, you can go to B 10,001 through 10,013. Vitals are all good. They are all located in the workshop. You guys can go check on it if you want to.
They're expected to be. Would you like to see them physically? We don't have cameras installed everywhere. We'd have to go. Should we have cameras installed
The
everywhere?
formation.
It's tricky because it does feel like a violation of privacy, even though they're also all in each other's brains. I don't know.
No.
They're supposed to eat and stuff, right?
Yeah, they are. They've been. You've all like you know, Fiat Cares or Flight Cares, whichever one. Like they've been bringing food to you all. Yeah, you they have food, medicine.
Okay.
It's
would
also like, I think you haven't quite been here long enough, but like you're all gonna get your period exactly the same time.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Like there'll be
That's
this.
gonna be the Halloween episode of this.
There'll be this frustrated sigh of recognition that will like over the course of just like 10 minutes the whole island.
They're all just gonna want to watch Moulin Rouge and
Great.
eat cookie dough ice cream. Not to sound cliche.
We'll put it in advance order. That's
Okay, thank you.
Important to know that. So are we gonna go check on the 13 in person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can head to the workshop.
As we're heading there, I'm like, Rena, can you show me some of those pictures?
Sure, yeah. So here's a walrus.
Right, and then once
Here's
you
a
get
walrus slapping V.
Look,
Thanks.
listen, Rena. As I like surreptitiously, so not like no one else hears. Like, listen, Rena, you can't let the capes change you.
Age?
The capes, you can't let them change you.
Oh, no. This is all just for one, the records, but also my scrapbook of my first case.
The animal. I don't think I think I've been doing this a lot longer than you have.
Mhm.
That's
You're the senior.
By a lot. That's the kind of thing that leads to things going wrong. Don't let them get too close. Don't trust them.
So I can't share custody of Peanut is what you're saying.
I think that would be a bad idea.
Okay. I will inform one.
I think
Gwen is not with them,
But
by the
she's-
way. She's off
gonna be a single mother on her own now. It's fine. I understand.
Look, it was bound to happen to one of the V's at some point.
Okay. Can I say? I'll say goodbye properly. I think it's fine. Yeah. I'll. Yep. Got it.
Or Rena. At any point, Rena, V, Michael, and Zeb. No, is 8 with you, or you sent 8 and 1 away?
8 took one of the rocks with the writing on it just to break the circle.
Understood. Great. It does seem like I can't remember. Did you bring any of the formations here, or it was just V who came here? Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys get to the you get there. It's no problem.
I will. Can I look in the window?
Mm-hmm. Make a look.
And
roll.
can I like open my mind gates to see
Open my mind.
if I can hear?
My mind gates. My mind grapes. Yeah,
My mind grapes.
Make a look roll through the window. That's great.
59. I don't know what my luck is. Oh, that's a regular success
Just
by 1.
barely. Yeah, you glance in and you see that they're all there, kind of like, or you can't see all of them through the little window in the thing, but like you see that like they're all gathered together.
Don't die.
No, it's not a sneeze. He's fine.
A sneeze won't. Yeah, that won't kill me. That won't cause me to say it's over, which is the worst thing Erin says she's ever heard. She didn't like that. She hated that so much. I sneezed really hard and said it's over. She didn't like that. You look in through the glass, and they seem to be gathered as they were, but they're like moving a little bit. It's weird. And what is your listen? You can tell they're singing.
Oh no. Oh my god. Can I hear in my mind? Oh shit. Can I hear in my mind what they're singing?
Do you want to listen? Yeah, you can't hear the words they're singing.
Oh, they're not singing out
Well,
loud.
no, in their like by connecting. Wait, do they know when I'm connecting in their minds?
You can't just like go into their brain and know what they're doing. It's like you don't just
hear.
You
Oh,
don't
okay.
just hear what they're saying aloud by going in. You'd have to be like actively telepathic with them. What you sense from them is what you do sense, however, is like united purpose among them. They're all working together very closely.
Does it seem Fae? Like, does it seem like
The vibe.
like a
make a detect vibe roll. That's fine.
ooh, an 18,
Doesn't seem Fae. No, doesn't seem to have anything to do with Galliard.
Okay. She'll turn to the others and say they're singing, but not in like a musical theater way, and they're swaying, but not in like a Fae fun way.
I think that means chanting.
Maybe.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Do you want to open the door?
It doesn't give you. It's all from your head.
Yeah, but they've diverged. They're a part of me that grew on their own. I'm just gonna knock on the door.
If you knock on the door, they are you knocking loud?
Oh wait, before she knocks, she's gonna turn around to Michael and say, "Listen, I know that this isn't an easy situation for anyone, but I would like you to not judge me based on the actions of these individual human beings that we have here. As connected as we all are, they aren't me anymore. They haven't been a part of me since this all started, so I would really appreciate if you didn't judge me based on everything all 12,000 of me does here."
I'm not judging you based on them. I'm judging them based on you.
Same thing.
There's
I
no
am
distinction. In that. But
okay. Well,
You're the source, and therefore I think it's logical to use you as the marking point for them.
right, and I am still who I am because I made the choices that I did, and they are making choices for themselves. Okay.
I think you should know that we do realize that actions are from an individual. So whatever they do from here is all on them, and you shouldn't worry too much about what we think of you from there. We're more concerned with their motives because while their actions are their own, their feelings do kind of share within you.
And Thank you. I do appreciate that. Michael, that is exactly why, if you'll remember, I told you exactly what started this. Okay? I've told you what I know and what happened. So, and she's going to turn around and just knock loudly.
The unfathomably creepy doll. Yes, I do remember that.
I know you weren't here, Dan, but Michael was. Did you roll a 13? Okay.
I'm gonna try. Maybe I don't know if you'll know instantly what this is, but I just rolled. That's what I rolled.
100.
100.
Oh.
They don't hear you. They're singing too loud. You can open the door if you'd like.
I'm recording the singing.
Okay.
Should okay. I'll open the door and say, "Hey."
As soon as you open the door, you're hit with beautiful 13-part harmony.
Rena's taking a video.
As they're all singing, and the words they're singing, you can hear they're all sort of singing together. Each night I dread and dream and hope you'll break me apart. There's nothing I could ever do to atone. But you could squeeze another drop of love right out of my heart, as sure as you could squeeze the blood from a stone. Ooh, you can squeeze the blood. Ooh, you can squeeze the blood. Ooh, you can squeeze the blood from a stone.
You know, if you ignore the words, it's a very beautiful song.
No, and say what you want about me. She'll glance at Michael. They sounded great.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
I'm scared. I'm scared, worried, concerned, screaming, crying, throwing up.
You seem to be doing all those things right now. Yeah.
Shitting myself. I'm not.
Well, good session, guys. You fought a walrus.
We did.
You met a new friend, and then Dan took him away from you, KJ. You met a cute little friend. And
I didn't take him away. I just said you should remove him from your life.
Well, you should mind your business on how we raise our child.
Basically, Rena's gonna go back to 1 at some point and say, like, you know, I can't really take on this responsibility right now. I can't focus on this. But if you did make it an Instagram, I would follow it and comment on it every so often.
Thank you. We have to roleplay later, though.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Well, no, great session, guys. Nothing's wrong there. Don't worry about it. What's going on?
Don't lie.
It's all fine. It's all normal. They're just singing a song. They've all had. It's funny. You'd never guess what the 13 ones were having different, like, unshared memories about.
I have no idea.
You'd never guess.
I actually have no idea.
Is one of them thinking about, like, beer halls? Is one of them thinking about sexy people? Anyway.
One thing about a really, like, gloomy, like, 19th century Scottish British looking place.
Yeah, one of them is.
Possibly.
There's one thing about a TV studio.
One of them's probably thinking about, like, an old horror like a sexy horror host named Marion Carrion, probably.
Yeah.
So with that, we end this session. It is hard with this game, but also I think it kind of makes it I do feel like we have, like, cool things since this is only once a month. So we'll be back in a month at the beginning of November for the next of these on the 1st.
Which is the second Halloween weekend, because the first one is on the 28th and 29th, and then the next one is on the first weekend, the week.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 Halloweens.
2 Halloween weekends.
So yeah, we will be back the first Wednesday of November. But join us next week for what will actually be, Dan, also, you didn't miss Lost Lore Academia at all. It has not come back yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So we will be here we've had 2 kind of like chat hangout sessions, but we haven't actually played it. Okay. Last one was called Dorm Room Decor. where Callie and Nova decorated their room in two very different styles. So join us for that next week. Lost Their Academia kicks back in with a new student / full-grown man and superhero joining the team. What? Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. There are so many characters we can summon, by the way. It's preposterous how many characters there are. There's so many like Mistwalkers.
Smashing each button.
Yeah, we'll see. And then on Friday, join
I
us
think
for
we don't have enough inspiration to summon them all.
You have a ton of inspiration, but like you have like thousands of inspiration, but this will chew it up. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
I think as of now you still have enough to do it, but they'll reach a point. Join us on Friday for Blood from a Stone, A Tale of Love and Dread, an RPG. It will be our 116th chapter of that, and that one is also super important because based on what I'm gonna have a narrower thing of what we could roll next week and how we get back to stuff and see what's going on, because that will really dictate what happens the very important following Friday the 13th. So join us for that. Join us on Sunday for Here Be Dragons. Yep, I was about to be like, is it fucking Strange Lore or Here Be Dragons? Last Strange Lore was serious, by the way, you guys. Strange Lore this past Sunday was not joking around, and I took it to a dark place and Liv took it darker. So join us for that. But that's not this coming Sunday. That'll be a week from Sunday. On this coming Sunday, we are back in Here Be Dragons, where there's more fey craziness. So Here Be Dragons is always mirroring stuff in other things, because Here Be Dragons was in the Dreadlands for a long time, just like Blood from a Stone, and now it's just, so basically, Here Be Dragons and Formation Nation, all about the Fae. On Monday, we are back with more Theme Party, which is a very different tone entirely, so please come join us for that. Sophia just said, Last Strange Lore introduced the character I actually hate and want dead.
Mm-hmm.
He makes Etienne look like a nice guy, right? Yeah, Jake makes Etienne look like a nice guy. And then join us for all that stuff. A lot of fun. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our wiki, which I think now even has a Strange Lore page, which is very exciting. So check all that out. And would anyone like to plug stuff? We haven't really been plugging too much stuff. I guess I will say, September is over. It is Domtober. So,
plan accordingly, everyone.
So you know what to do.
I'm so mad that I missed getting to say it's September.
We never said it.
Now you can say it's Domtober.
We never said it. I've only started Domtober.
You good boys and girls in the chat, it's Domtober, so you know what to do.
I got it Domtober. This one's even rougher. So it's Domtober. I don't care what you do. I'm not even paying attention to you. You're beneath my notice.
I feel bad.
I got one. It's Domtober, and I just want you to know that whatever you do, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
There we go. Oh, here we go.
Hey, it's Domtober. Dominic Monaghan has an Instagram, and you should go follow it.
Great. It's Domtober. 3 words. And the 3 words are
I hate all of this.
But here it's a different 3 words for Domtober. The 3 words are, you are garbage. Okay, so thank you all. This was deeply upsetting, as per usual. Anybody? Yeah, cool. Follow these people. They all have cool socials. They do. Sometimes they play Twitch, but not much recently. But
nah, dog.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all. Until next time. Formation Nation out.